What up, world? It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. The one and only Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. I'm doing an audio message. My audio message right now is about heal your heart. Heal your heart. Heal your heart. Click the like button, like this video. Yes. So Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity, I'm speaking about healing your heart. You know, it's very important for us to heal our whole well-being, our mind, body, heart, and soul. However, our heart is very powerful, and, you know, a lot of people's hearts have become contaminated. A lot of people's hearts have become heavy. A lot of people's hearts have become heavy and contaminated over years of pain and trauma, pain, trauma, hard times, heartbreak, you know, and yeah, it happens over life where we go through stuff. However, you have to take responsibility to heal so you don't stay sick, you don't stay heavy, you don't stay depressed and sad forever, so you have to heal. You have to heal your heart, whatever you've been through. Maybe you had a family member that passed away, your mother, your father, or maybe you had, your mother or father passed away when you were a child or you were young, or you were an orphan, you didn't even have parents, or maybe, you lost your brother or sister, to a tragedy, or maybe just a lot of heartbreak in different relationships, or maybe you've been screwed over by the system, the judicial court system, the crooked system, or just different hard times. Maybe you've faced different pain, physically just from healing, or maybe you're, an athlete, so you're always, sometimes you've had injuries, or you're just working out a lot, or just different stuff, different tragic losses, financial losses, financial hardships, different, you know, times where life was very difficult, different trials and tribulations and different sorts. Those are just different examples, but you know what I'm saying? People have different traumas and tragedies from different stuff, traumas and pains. People have different traumas and pains from different stuff, from death or sickness or heartbreak or loss, financial loss, or material loss, or some type of, natural disaster that maybe, destroyed a lot of material possessions, or, you know, maybe friends turning their back on you, people turning fake, people switching up, people gossiping, lying, or, like there's no loyalty, or, a lot of adversity where you're alone, you're isolated from the world, you're not being understood. There's just a lot of stuff we've all been through, especially even on the healing journey, so I'm Sky Blackwell, 8 years. I'm 8 years plant-based alkaline vegan. I'm 8 years alkaline vegan. So like, it's been a healing journey, plant-based, just fruits, vegetables, alkaline grains, herbs. So I've been detoxing several years of toxic, toxic foods, from the past, so I've been healing, and I'm deep into my healing journey. I've been taking responsibility. And when you're plant-based, when you're alkaline vegan, you're healing your mind, body, heart, and soul, and your heart included, because your heart is connected obviously to everything. It's very powerful. And, like when you're consuming life, when you're consuming positive, high frequency plants, fruits, vegetables, herbs, that's going to nurture your heart. That's going to heal your heart. That's going to help revitalize your heart, especially, you know. And, there's other ways to heal your heart also. What you consume, like music, what type of music you listen to, whatever you're watching, videos, whatever you're watching, that can influence your heart, music, video, reading, whatever you're writing, whatever you're speaking, thinking, speaking, reading, writing, all of this plays a part. It affects your heart. You can consciously choose to heal your heart. You can consciously choose to be in your heart space and heal your heart, you know. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been through hard times before I went vegan, alkaline vegan, and then also just on the journey. It's just an ongoing healing process journey. Hard times, maybe people are overcoming a hard childhood, you know, hard circumstances, bad circumstances, difficult circumstances, you know, at home life or school life or work life, just different problems, and different stuff you've been through, tragedies, whatever, like pain, you gotta heal. And I'm grateful I've been healing because I'm much lighter. My heart is very light, like a feather. I'm a man with a light heart, like a feather, just like in ancient Egypt, in Kemet, Egypt, they would weigh your heart, and it would have to be as light as a feather to enter the afterworld, to be royally honored, the pharaohs and the goddesses, the kings and queens, you know, they were living a divine, royal, high frequency life. And, they weren't caught up in beef and drama and stress and low frequencies. You know what I'm saying? So I have a light heart because I know who I am. I'm healthy. I'm royal. I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm awake. You know, I'm intelligent, and I'm vibrating on the highest frequency forever, every day. I'm always vibrating on the high frequency. And that's why I'm winning big in life. I'm winning big in life. I'm super successful. I'm way beyond my years. I'm wise beyond my years. I'm a super genius. I'm a super genius and I'm wise beyond my years. I'm ahead of my time. Sky Blackwell, eternal authenticity. And it's because I chose to become disciplined at an early age. I chose to become disciplined at an early age and I'm sticking with it, and healing our heart is important because that helps out with our life, with our day-to-day interactions, with our love life, with our specific person, with our, our one true romantic love, it helps out with our, dealing with family, being better, for our family, blood relatives, healing our heart helps out to be able to deal with life better, even strangers, people you have nothing to do with, but just overall your vibes will help just handle situations better, so you won't be in this stress and drama and fear, so, and it'll be better at work or your businesses or whatever. Like it's better when your heart is healed because you're able to be more balanced and healthier and feel better, you know. But yes, like I was saying, heal your heart. Many people have a lot of grudges. Many people have a lot of jealousy and grudges. Many people have a lot of heavy energy within them in their heart. People have toxic, wicked hearts. People have no heart. People are heartless out there. People have no compassion. People are desensitized. People are disconnected. People have no compassion, you know. And like, it's because their heart has become tainted. It has become tainted and damaged over time. When we're younger, when we're children, when we're 4, 5, 6 years old, we're so young, we're so more pure and happy. We're more pure, happy, healthy in our heart space. We don't have all this fear and drama and negativity and news and bills to pay and all this stress, and over time, people get cold and they turn into monsters. They turn into, evil people. They turn into sick, snake ass, evil people. They turn into weak, shallow people with no integrity, because they're hurt and they need to heal and they're so sick within themselves. They want to try to bring everybody else down, and that's what you call a loser. That's what you call a coward, you know, someone who neglects responsibility to take care of their health. So that's why I'm being a leader. I'm a true leader. Sky Blackwell, eternal authenticity. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. Heal your heart. Let go of grudges, envy, jealousy, hate. Let go of that bad attitude. Let go of all the toxic foods. Let go of the alcohol. Let go of the sodas, the alcohol. Let go of the processed meats. The hot dogs, the corn dogs, the funnel of the hot dogs, the corn dogs, the funnel cakes. Let go of the hot dogs, the funnel cakes, the corn dogs. Let go of all the cookies and all the sweets and candy and artificial stuff, artificial junk food, acidic processed foods. Let go of all that trash. What I'm saying? All of the dairy, the eggs, the cheese. All that stuff is clogging you up. It's messing your body, your mind, your soul, your heart up. It's clogging you up. All that fast food, all that processed food, is bad for you. It's so bad for you. You know, and yeah, all that milk, cow milk is bad. You know, artificial drinks, bad for you. All these little stuff in the can. Y'all get all these things in a can, items, different types of items in a can. Food items in a can is trash. You know, it's a lot of bad stuff out there. Fake stuff with no life. People are just eating cheap, quick, greasy stuff, and they're becoming sick. People are just eating quick, fast, cheap stuff that's causing them to stay sick forever. People on pills, pharmaceutical pills, different pills, and all this fake stuff, man-made, hybridized, modified stuff. People on that have seedless foods. Inorganic foods. People like all these microwave TV dinners, microwave meals. People eating bull crap. People eating slave food. White rice. People eating white sugar. Mashed potatoes, stuff like that. People eating bull crap, trash food. People eating steaks and lobsters and shrimps and crabs. People are literally killing themselves by the foods that they are eating. People are eating all these candies all day. People are not doing nothing with their life. People are dehydrated. People aren't even drinking no true spring water. People ain't even drinking no true coconut water or sea moss smoothies. People is dehydrated. They just want to drink a soda, or drink a sip of some tap water, once a day. You know what I'm saying? People is stale. People want to have their processed lifestyle. They want to have their donuts. their donuts and their milkshakes, all of that, is terrible. It's terrible. People like their bread, they love to have, white bread, starches, beans, what I'm saying? People like all that junk, all that junk that keep them on the toilet, people full of crap. People are full of poop. People are sick. They are living an illusion, you know. People are constipated. Most of the world is severely constipated. This is the truth. People wake up steaming, addicted, ready to eat. People are addicted to eating all day, eating and eating and eating trash. All these free snacks and stuff that's terrible for you. All these chemical products, chemical foods. Your turkey legs and all the chemical poisonous snacks out there. You know what I mean? A big bag of chemicals, chips. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff. There's so many different examples. People like they sausage and they eggs. Oh yeah, people love that. That's really clogging up your heart and your arteries and your intestines. All that nasty hog up in your gut. All that ham and sausage and pancakes. Yeah, that's clogging you up. You just going down a path of death and destruction. You know what I mean? And sickness. So I'm done speaking what I had to speak. You get the message. You need to heal your heart. And it's got to be a thorough job where you are disciplined and you're truly being conscious, taking responsibility for your nutrition, your diet, and what you're consuming and what you're doing. This takes time. It happens in layers and levels and stages, But the point is, heal your heart, Don't be treating people bad, ignoring people. Don't be ignoring people. Don't be ignoring people, you know, like, yeah, obviously random strangers or people that, you put your walls up to, of course, but people that, someone who's really cares for you, someone who's really pouring their heart out for you, don't be ungrateful for them. Don't take them for granted. Don't be ignoring them, acting like they ain't nothing, you know, uh, like in a relationship. Don't be taking someone for granted in a relationship, Don't be taking your family for granted, you know. Don't be taking life for granted. That's my point. Be grateful for God. Be grateful, that you are able to walk up and down the street and get some water or get some strawberries. Just be grateful for that simple fact, that ability, to be out in the sunshine. You got to heal your heart being out in nature. When you're out in nature, when you're exercising, that's also how you can heal your heart. Nature, time in nature, meditation, time in nature, the sunshine, ecotherapy, clean, natural environments, and exercise. That's how you heal your heart. Prayer also, and exercise. Yes, that helps out, but yeah, heal your heart. Don't be holding on to that heavy, bad energy and be better. Don't be a bitter person. Don't be a shallow person. So I'm a deep guy because I have a healed, healthy, real, true heart. So I'm deep. I'm true. I'm deep. I'm honest. I'm real. So I'm aware of my feelings. I'm aware of my heart. I'm aware of my emotions. And it's important we become aware. When we heal ourselves, we become more aware, because if we're sick, desensitized, disconnected, then we'll only care about ourselves. And, we're not truly healthy because we're not aware of the environment. and how we're impacting other people, but when you heal your heart, you want to impact people in a better, positive, respectful way, and that's just the truth, heal your heart, you know, for like for what you produce, what your message is. Heal your heart for what your message is. Are you just a distraction? Are you just trying to put out negativity and fear? Are you just all about the looks? Are you just all about the looks and money and materials? Are you just about the looks, money, materials, and fame? Are you just about? Or do you just care about followers and subscribers and likes and how much money or what type of car you got or what if you got a six pack or not, or are you going to be real and genuine? Are you going to be real, genuine? Are you going to be pure and actually care about God and actually have a healthy, pure heart where you care about what really matters? Having a true family, a loving, harmonious relationship, a healthy, stable, lifelong, monogamous relationship, a true family sticking together, giving back to the community, giving back to the community like with your with your work services, giving back to blood relatives, traveling, just growing together with with your significant other, your special, your spouse, growing old together. That's what really matters. You know, growing old together, living a healthy life of longevity, getting close to God, connecting with nature, traveling, connecting with nature, inspiring people, you know what I'm saying? Leveling up. That's what really matters. You got to have a healthy heart, to really appreciate life, where, you know, you're not always trying to fight or argue or, stir up drama. You know, you're focused on being your best, truest self, serving God. And that's ultimately that's ultimately what's, excuse me, that's ultimately what's our purpose is to serve God, serve God. So heal your heart, heal your heart so you can connect with God and get into your purpose and feel better. Much love. Y'all take care. Excuse me. I gotta blow my nose. But yes, stay blessed, stay elevated, heal your heart in all the different ways. Holistically, you can heal it. It takes time. Be patient, be disciplined. But listen to this message, rewind the message. Thank you. Heal your heart. Cleanse and purify your body, mind, and soul. Elevate. Detox, on many levels. You got to be thorough and you got to be disciplined. You got to be strict and you got to go hard, So heal your heart. It's important. It's important. It's very important. So for that epic true love, for truly being in good standing with God, we have to truly be pure and righteous, and we have to heal our heart to truly be in good standing with God. We have to heal our heart, so that's what I gotta say. I'm doing better every day. I'm doing better every day. Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. I'm constantly healing. I'm making efforts to heal and improve myself. I'm working on myself every day, and I'm letting go. So, Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. Follow me, connect with me on Instagram at Eternal Authenticity, at Eternal Authenticity. Sky Blackwell. Message me to order sea moss and alkaline herbal teas. Alkaline herbal teas and sea moss. Hit me up. Hit me up to order my recipe ebooks about herbs to detox and for my recipe knowledge, herbs to detox, ebooks, sea moss, And also for a consultation for nutritional wellness detox coaching consultation, hit me up on Instagram at Eternal Authenticity. Sky Blackwell, thank you for listening. Thank you for support. Thank you for the positive vibes. And that's all I gotta say. Click the like button, like this video, hit the like button, like this video. Thank you. Y'all stay blessed, stay elevated, take care, heal your heart, elevate, and get better. Much love. It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live.